Are we live yet? Maybe we are. Oh, I was just about to have my great start for the day and someone pinged in a comment saying they've already got their 10,000 steps for the day. Oh my goodness. I was ready to feel so good and now I feel so inadequate. All I've done is prevent two children from killing each other this morning. I hope you're all well. Welcome to another recruiting stand-up. It is a fantastic day on planet Earth. Still a little bit tricky from a market perspective, but I think we've all accepted it is what it is, and we're ready to go. So yesterday I got a question from a member, so I'm going to explicitly answer a question from a member. And that is around how we talk to the clients of the benefit of using an agency. But that then leads into a topic of conversation I had with a US guy last night, William Tincup, and he is part of Recruiting Daily, which is a massive recruitment network in the US. And we were talking about a term which is called fee eligibility. And I worked for a US corporate for 16 and a half years. So, and there was always lots of phrases that used to come over from the US. So we had MPC, most placeable candidate calls. We had ACM, which is active candidate marketing. There was no end of sort of analogies or what are the short sort of, no, pardon? Acronyms. There we are. Now I've got commentary from the kitchen. So unbelievable. My wife actually listens to me. Can you believe it? Who would have thought? But one of the phrases that we always spent a lot of time working on was fee eligible candidates. And the reason that sort of came out is that the US market has always been a lot stronger in terms of companies using direct hire methodologies. So whilst the UK sort of preferred agencies moving into master vendors, moving into RPOs, American companies have always had internal recruitment teams. They've always been very committed to building out their own internal talent functions and only using agencies for essential hires or hires that they can't find for themselves. Where the UK market has been a lot more dominated by agencies and the nature of that. And so the phrase from the US was about fee eligibility, and the point is when you looked at a candidate profile, what you needed to be thinking about is this candidate of a standard that someone will pay a fee for. And that means that a company can't find it themselves. They're the type of candidate that actually the company will go, you know what, I can't find someone, I'm going to have to pay a fee. And it's really important for every agency in today's market to be thinking about fee eligibility. Every candidate profile that you work, every skill set that you work within your organization, we've got to be thinking about, is that the profile that someone will pay a fee for? And especially when we're doing our business development, is that if we've got a candidate that's relatively easy to find, but we're calling a big company with an internal recruitment team, that candidate is unlikely to be fee eligible, which means that company is probably going to be able to find that candidate themselves. And so fee eligibility has a number of variables to it, right? So company size, company location, company sophistication with how they recruit on a day-to-day basis. Do they do a lot of direct hiring? Do they have an internal recruitment team? The level of nicheness of a skill set will impact fee eligibility. And probably most importantly, urgency of need will influence fee eligibility. So it's not a black and white, someone won't pay a fee for this candidate, someone will pay a fee for this candidate. But it's understanding, right, well, I've got a purchase ledger clerk. Who would pay a fee for a purchase ledger clerk? Well, it will probably be someone in the awkward location that the candidate lives. It might be someone that needs that candidate to start today, or it might be SME organizations that don't have a very sophisticated internal talent or recruitment methodology. It could be we've got a .NET developer, and that .NET developer may well have more access points in terms of fee eligibility. But for the leaders that we work with on a day-to-day basis, and when we work with recruiters, it's really important that we understand fee eligibility, because fee eligibility actually starts setting the expectations of what you think you should get from any of the sort of clients that you call on a day-to-day basis. And actually, when you start your business development activity with a client, your first priority is to work out what profiles would they pay a fee for? In what situations would they pay a fee for a candidate? Not do you have any jobs, but how do you go about recruiting? And it links to what Neil Carberry from the REC was talking about yesterday, where we were very much talking about not about finding vacancies, but talking to clients about how is their workforce going to change? What skills are they going to need more of? What skills are they going to be need less of? And how can we support that on an ongoing basis? Because once we understand that, we're able to either tailor our solution to them or think, is that something I could do? If you think about the big RPO organizations and the concept of RPO, the concept of master vendors, that all started from a recruitment company seeing an organization recruiting regularly and saying, you know what, you recruit so much with us, why don't I just put someone on site and they'll help you out for free? I remember the early sort of master vendor sort of agreements is that actually the company didn't pay anything. Reed would put a team of people on site for free to manage those vacancies in exchange for getting 3 days head start on every vacancy that came through them. Pretty cool, right? Who wouldn't have someone on site with a client if you've got 5 vacancies coming in every day that you can farm out to the hundreds of recruiters you've got in your team? So engaging in the need and finding out what a client will consider worthy of a fee is part of you defining not only your specialism, but the service that you're going to offer on a day-to-day basis. So then let's move to the service offer and the sort of the way we articulate the benefit of using recruiters. A question I was asked by a member yesterday was, Alex, how do we sell the benefit of using recruiters to clients? And whilst I could say there's a standard way of selling the benefit of using recruiters, the reality is the benefit of using a recruiter or the value of a client using the recruiter is bespoke to that individual client. We've all heard the phrase, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I was reading a book. I think it was, who was it? I think it, no. Who's the guys that do the red, green? I can't remember. It's going to come to me as soon as I stop. Miller Hyman. That's it. No, Huthwaite. Huthwaite Huthwaite are the founders of Spin Selling, and they did a white paper on business-to-business selling and pricing. And one of the quotes that I really like in there is it said, value is in the eye of the beholder. And that's one of the things we often miss, is that as recruiters, we're always looking to sell the value of what we do, but we forget the value of what we do is bespoke to the individual. We're getting somewhere between 100 and 150 people live on these daily stand-ups. What is the value of that to you? Well, I don't know. It could be that you like chatting with each other and boasting about your 10,000 steps. It could be that you like chatting to your colleagues. It could be that you think you get a good idea. It could be that you're just waiting and hoping that Alex brings along a guest like Angela, Alan, Russell, and your heart sinks when it's just me. But I don't know what value you get from these. I have an idea because I get emails outside of this. But what we've got to do is we've got to, if we really want to sell the benefit of using an agency, we need to engage with the frustrations of what a client feels about using an agency. And so I would encourage you all to double back with clients to find the ones that value what you do, because actually there's some people that will no longer value what you do. There's some people that may well value what you do more. If all we do is talk about is rate and price, we're no different than anyone else. But we've got to find out what people value. Do they value the individual relationship they have with a recruiter? Do they value the way that you seem to work day and night to help them? Do they value the fact that you make the recruitment process really easy? Do they value how you keep in touch with candidates over the process? Recruiters often get caught up in this sort of like, they go to a client and they go, "Hi, I do recruitment. Here's my box of recruiting skills." And you go, "Oh, great, fantastic. What makes you different?" "Well, I'm great at recruitment. I've got a database. I've got great candidates. I can use LinkedIn. This is amazing. I'm a recruiter." And it's like these box of mysterious skills that recruiters have got. Now, the problem for a client is they meet another client and they go, "Hello, I'm a recruiter. And I've got a box of recruitment skills. I run a passive network. I use LinkedIn." And actually, you've got... Like Mickey Mouse? Yeah. That was my Mickey Mouse impression. I'm getting heckling from the back. But the point is, from a client's perspective, everyone looks and feels the same. And that's really annoying, right? What clients really want is to know this little piece of what we do here helps me in this way. And so the question I always like leaving people with takeaway questions is, I would encourage every person listening to this call, every person that watches the playbacks, and we're getting like 100 playbacks on these daily stand-ups, is I would just go and ask your client, what is it you value about using recruiters? And just go quiet. Don't get defensive, because they might give you some bad news. And you might ask, so it might be 3 questions. What do you value about using recruiters? What do you value about using me? And what is it about using recruiters that is not of value? What does it recruiters do that reduces the value of what they do? So what do you value? What do we do that reduces value? And what do you feel about our value? Those 3 questions will help you learn the value of what you do. If you've got to watch a video on what the benefits of using a recruiter are, that might tell me that you don't understand what your clients actually want from a recruiter's service. Sure, I can give you a pitch. I can go, right, you need to tell your client what we do is we save you time, we save you energy, we serve you effort. We make the recruitment process as painless as possible. We give you access to talent that no one else can find. That's why you pay us 20%. And we might as well just put that on a TV advert, because it's just a generic pitch of why people like using agencies. The heart of really successful recruitment is what each of your customers values about what you do individually. I think I know what people value about the recruiting gym and the 360 program that I run with Angela and Alan and Catherine. But then I get an email and they value something totally different. I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that." And that reminds me, if I didn't know that, I probably don't know what people value about our recruitment service. And so I need to fix that, right? And that's why the exciting news is from Monday, Angela Cripps, Catherine Robinson, and Alan Clark are taking over the 360 program. Just imagine, for 30 quid a month, you get access to those 3 coaches. You get access to 12 webinars plus the daily stand-ups. What a fantastic package. For leaders, it's about helping you build an onboarding program that helps your consultants grow and develop in the way that you need them. Exciting, right? Which is cool. So that's my takeaway for the day. 3 questions. First one is, what do you value about a recruiter's service? What aspects of a recruiter's service do you value? The second question is, what do recruiters do that reduce the value that they give you? when you pay a fee. And then last but not least, what do you value about the way I work? What do you value about me? And that's a really difficult question to ask. In fact, I'd probably argue it's one of the hardest questions. One of the hardest questions to ask, because it's personal, right? They're going to maybe tell you why you're not very good. They're going to tell you why you do things that annoy them, but you will learn what is of benefit. So good luck in the next 24, 48 hours of finding out what clients value about your service, because it's the value that you bring that actually gets clients to think about something other than price. So happy asking, and have a great time engaging your clients. Have a fantastic day. I'm on tomorrow with Claire Davis. Don't forget 4:15 tomorrow. Cripps and Clark. They went unscripted last week, which is pretty cool. I'm sure they've got something special planned this week. I know they put a lot of effort into those shows, and I will see you all soon. Take care now. Bye.